Everyone. Good morning and welcome. This is barre sculpt. For today's class, you have the option to do some cardio. So if you're going to do some cardio, please don't wear those ankle weights. If you're not going to do any cardio, there'll be an option to step it versus hopping it, and you can wear those ankle weights. Otherwise, we're just going to grab a set of light weights for today. Of course, you can go completely with just your body weight, no weights needed. I'm just using 1 pound just to give you reference. There'll be a lot of times when we'll set the weights down when we're not using them. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our warm-up. Drawing your feet wider than your hips, toes are turned out. If you're tracking any of your workouts, go ahead and set your devices now. From here, we're going to bring the arms at heart center. We're going to bend the right knee and then straighten. Just a bend and straighten. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Now we're going to take it to the left. Bend and straighten. Warming up that lower body, inner and outer thighs. Like pressing your palms together. 2 more. Now we're going to alternate right and left. Keep it going, just alternating right to left. Chest is lifted. All right, on this next one, we're going to bend and extend both the knees, same time. It's as if you have a string on top of your head. Someone's pulling you up, someone's pushing you down. Your chest is lifted, you're still pressing those palms together, actively working that upper body. Hold the knees, but now we're going to draw the arms out to a T, tiny circles. Palms are facing down, keep your shoulders relaxed down from your ears. Small circles here. Go ahead and reverse that direction. Tiny circles, opposite direction. Chin and chest is still lifted. Tiny circles. With your arms out to a T, we're going to bend into the knee as we draw the opposite arm down towards the inside of your opposite foot, ankle, calf, knee. Reach for whatever you can. Let's do 1 more on each side. From here, with your knees bent, we're going to hinge forward at the waist. Give yourself a nice big hug, and as you open your arms up, draw your fingertips up towards the ceiling, squeezing your shoulder blades. Release and lift. Release and lift. Gently lower your right knee down, coming to a rounded lunge. Untuck your right toes. Your left knee is stacked over your left ankle, pressing your hips forward. Chin and chest is lifted here. You want to open up that right hip. Gently press your hips back, straighten that front left leg, and press it forward. Press the hips back, straighten the left leg, press it forward, bend that left knee. 2 more. All right, on the next one, hold that left leg straight. Point, flex, circle out your left ankle. Hold the left toes flexed. Hinge forward, framing your left foot. Maybe circling out your neck. Gently rise up, bending into your left knee. And we're just going to gently press that left knee open. Opening up your left hip. Gently rise up, switching sides. Release your left knee. Draw your right knee forward. Pressing into your right knee. That right knee is stacked directly over your right ankle. Shoulders are lifted, shoulders stacked over your hips. down the exhale. Straighten your front right leg. Bump your hips back. Draw your hips forward, pressing into that right knee. Deep bend into your right knee, stacking your right knee over your right ankle. Press it back. And bend. 2 more times. All right, on the next one, we're gonna get nice and cozy, holding that right leg straight, point, flex, maybe circle out that right ankle. Hold your right toes flexed, hinge forward, framing your right foot. Maybe bringing the crown of your head towards your toes, feeling that stretch all along the back side of your right leg. And then gently pressing your hips forward, coming back, stacking your right knee over your right ankle, and then just gently rocking onto the outer knife edge of your right foot, pressing your right knee open. Maybe circle out your neck. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Gently roll on up. Roll your shoulders back. Roll them forward. All right, we are going to get started. So, if you would like, you can grab those weights. We're not going to use them right from the jump. From here, we're going to come to a low squat jack. Feet are wide. You just keep your hands at heart center, hands to your hips. From here, we're going to hop it narrow, hop it wide, hop it narrow, hop it wide. You want to take out that hop. You're just alternating. Step it wide, draw it narrow, step it wide, draw it narrow, alternating left to right, right to left. If you have those weights, we're not doing anything with them just yet. You're just holding on to them. Keep it going. That's it. Stay with it. Almost there. Give me a few more. Still going. Maybe hopping. Maybe stepping. You've got it. All right, draw your feet back to hip width apart and parallel, maybe with or without the weight. Have a soft bend in your knees. From here, rotate the right foot out, wide, lift the heel, lower the heel, step it back in parallel, lift and lower. Just the right heel, step it out, lift, lower, draw parallel, lift, lower. So you're stepping that right foot out wide, wide stance, wider than your hips, lifting and lowering the heel, and then you're stepping that right foot back directly under your right hip. Lift and lower, step it wide, lift, lower. Keep it going. Keep it going. We're going to add on here. So bring it parallel, lift, lower, step it wide, lift, lower, bring it parallel from here, lift and lower 2 times. Just out to the right, step it wide, lift, lower, bring it in line, 2 lifts. Bring it parallel, step it wide, lift, lower, really pop that right heel, 2 side lifts. So you're coming up tall on the ball of your right foot, lift, lower, bring it in line, side lift, bring it parallel, step it out, lift, lower, draw it in line, side lift, keep it going. We're firing up those calves here, firing up that outer right hip. Keep a soft bend in your standing left knee, lift lower, draw it in line, 2 side lifts. That's it. Give me one more. Lift, lower, in line, side lift, side lift. This time, hold that right leg out from your hip. That right leg is straight. Your left standing knee is your base. That knee is bent. We're just gonna point and flex, point and flex. You still have your hands at heart center. Your shoulders are stacked directly over your hips. So avoid hinging forward, leaning backwards, or leaning from side to side. That right leg is directly out from the hip. That right leg is straight. You're pointing and flexing. That left knee is bent, so avoid locking out that knee. Keep a soft bend in your standing left leg. Just a point and a flex. Keep it going. Point and flex. Still going. It's playtime for my dogs, apparently. Keep it going. Point and flex. If you lose your balance, that's okay. Just come back into it. So tight lift that right leg. Give me one more. Point and then flex. Bring it back in. Shake it out. All right. You guessed it. Now we have the other side. So from here, have a soft bend in both of your knees. Step it wide. Heel lift. Heel lower. Step it parallel. Heel lift and lower. Just that left leg is lifting and lowering. You're drawing that left heel directly under your left hip. As you step that left leg wide, it's coming wider than your hips. That distance is totally up to you. You can draw it a foot or two. You can draw it 3 or 4 feet. Keep it going. Lift and lower. That's it. Step it out. Lift, lower, draw it in, lift, and lower. That right knee is staying bent. Avoid locking out that knee. Lift and lower. On the next one, we're going to add on here. Bring it parallel. Lift, lower, step it wide, lift, lower, drop back in, side lift, step it down, step it wide, lift, lower, step it in, side lift, side lift. Move with intention. Keep it going, flowing here with the movement. Same pace as you did on the opposite side. Heel lift, heel lower, bring it parallel, side lift, bring it back in line. That's it. Lift, lower, throw that left foot in line under your left hip. 2 side lifts. And release, step it wide, lift, lower, draw it in line. That's it. We have those point and flex on that left side. One more after this. Keep it going. Lift, lower, draw it in. Hold it wide on the second one from here. Just point and flex. Tiny point, tiny flex. So that left leg is directly out from your left hip. That right knee, just to show you, that right knee is bent. You're not locking that knee. Keep it nice and bent. Left leg is straight. Just a point and a flex. You don't have to have that left leg way out to the side. You can have it gently lower down towards the floor. When you're pointing and flexing, you do want to avoid touching the floor. You don't want to use that floor as stability. Using your core. Keep it going. Then one more. All right, set it down, shake it out from here. Come to a wide stance. Feet are slightly wider than your hips. We have 3 crisscross. Right in front of left, open. Left in front of right, open. Hold it here. Heel lift for 3, 2, and 1. Lower, cross left over right, open. Right over left, open. Left over right, open. 3 heel lifts, and lower. Lift and lower. As you lift and lower those heels, keep your hips in line, the same position they were to begin with. Once you get those 3 crisscrosses, lift and lower, we're alternating which side we start with. And lower, cross left, and open, cross right, and open, cross up. One more time, and open, heels lift, heels lower, heels lift, heels lower. One more. All right, shake it out. Let's see what we have next. All right, from here, Draw your heels together, toes are apart, so we're in a first position. Have a soft bend in your knees. You just keep your hands to your hips. Lots of lower body today, which is great and different from what we normally do. From here, we're gonna lift that right leg forward and draw it in line. Just a lift and a lower. So as you lift that leg, your right knee stays bent. That left leg is your base. That left knee is also bent. Avoid locking out your knee when you're standing on it. You can point or flex your right toes as you lift. Keep it going. Just a lift and a lower. We're going to add on here. Just a few. Keep it going. Keep that soft bend and that right knee. Just a lift and a lower. All right, on the next one, we're going to lift that right leg, pulse it for 2, and then we're going to open and close, open and close, gently lower, lift, pulse it for 2, hold it there, open and close, open and close. You can set your left hand onto a bar or a wall or a couch or a ledge. So we have 2 pulses as we hold it lifted. We have 2 hip openers, close, open, close, gently lower, lift for 2, open, close, open, close. Keep it going. Pulse, lift for 2, open, close, open, close. Keep it going. Pulse, lift, open, close, open, close. All right, release that leg down. Shake it out. You're still in that V position. From here, we're still working that right side. Swing that right leg forward, bring it in line, swing it back, bring it in line, draw it forward, bring it in line, draw it back. So you're squeezing your outer and lower right glute as you lift that right leg. Remember to keep that right knee bent. You can point or flex those toes. Keep it going. You can also always hold on to a bar or a ledge with your left hand. Swing it forward and line. Drop back and line. Swing it forward. Your body stays upright so your shoulders stay stacked over your hips. Using your lower abs to lift your right knee. Lifting your right leg. Squeeze your glutes, inner and outer thighs to lift that right leg directly back. One more in each direction. All right, hold that right leg to the back. From here, we're gonna lift, lift, open and close, release, lift, pulse, lift for 2. This time, draw it cross and back in line. So we have a slight curtsy with that leg lifted. Drop back in line. So you're lifting, pulse, pulse, curtsy, drop back in line, release, lift, pulse, pulse, cross behind left, drop back in line, and release. Keep it going. Lift, pulse, pulse, draw it across, drop back in line, and release. Lift, pulse, pulse, draw it in line, and back in line, and release. Give me one more. Lift, pulse, pulse, draw it across, drop back in line, and release. Whew, shake it out. All right. From here, we're going to hold it in a wide stance before we move on to the next side. Bend into your knees. We're going to alternate lifting the heels. Lift the right heel and lower. Lift the left heel and lower. Lift right and lower. Lift left and lower. Chest is lifted. Relax your shoulders down from your ears if you think that they're already relaxed. Scrunch your shoulders up and then release them down. Notice how much further they fall down away from your ears. You're probably scrunching your shoulders and didn't even realize it. Keep it going, alternating lifting the heels and lowering. Trying to keep your hips at the same height the entire time. Keep it going. All right, bring those feet back in line, heels together, toes fall open, Maybe wiggle out those toes. All right, hands to heart center. From here, we're going to lift and lower that left leg. Keep that left knee bent, just a lift and a lower. Lift and lower, you've got it. Stay with it, just a lift and a lower. Slight lift and lower. Right knee is your base. That right knee stays bent. Your left knee is also bent. Just a lift and a low. You can keep your hands at heart center, hands to your hips, maybe elbows wide, maybe arms out to a T. You can also hold on to a bar or a ledge with your right hand, your non-working side. Heels go, toes apart, just a lift and a lower. Left toes can be pointed, flexed, or relaxed. Your choice. All right, we're gonna add on now. You know what we're gonna do. Lift it up here, pulse it for 2. Open and close, open and close, release, lift, pulse, pulse. Use those lower abs, open and bring it in line. Open, drop back in line with your hip, release. Again, same options here with or without that bar or that ledge. 2 lifts, open, draw it in line, open, draw it in line, release, lift, pulse, pulse, open, in line, open, and line. A few more, I know it burns. Lift, pulse, pulse, open, in line, open, and line. We're going to get that leg moving to the back here in just a few. Lift, pulse, pulse. Last time. Open and close. Open and close. Release that left leg down. Shake it out. All right, bring those hands to your hips. Bring the right hand to the right side of the bar, whichever is more comfortable for you. Lift the left leg high. Release. Lift, swing it back. Bring it in line. Controlling those movements. Keep a soft bend in that standing right knee. Lift, release, drop back, release, lift it forward, release, drop back, release. Your body is staying upright, so even though you get more range of motion, we're not hinging forward as we lift that back left leg. You're staying upright. Lift, release, drop forward, release. Keep it going. Go at your own pace. Just a few more. All right, we're going to add on to the next one for that back position. So once you get that left leg back here, pulse, pulse, draw it over to the right, back in line, release, lift, pulse, pulse, draw it behind, back in line, and release. I'll show you from this angle. Drop back, pulse, pulse, draw it across, drop back in line, release. You lose your balance, that's okay. Just come back into it. Pulse, pulse, diagonal, back in line, and release. Go at your own pace. Lift, pulse it up for 2. Squeeze those thighs. Draw back in line and release. Lift it up. Squeeze, squeeze, diagonal, drop back in line, release. One more. Lift, pulse, pulse, bring it in, bring it out, and release. Shake it out. All right, we're coming back to that wide second. From here, bring your palms facing up. We have a plie with a bicep curl and release. Plie, bicep curl, and release. As you rise up, as you extend your arms down, you're not locking your knees. Keep a soft bend in your knees. So as you notice, you're bending deep into those knees, you're rising up, you're keeping that bend in the knees. Now, I'm not hinged forward, I'm not leaning back, I'm not rocking from one side to the other. My shoulders are stacked directly over my hips. My knees are tracking directly over my toes. Maybe look to your right. As your big toe coming out just over your right knee, look to your left. Is your left toe coming out just over your left knee? Squat down low and rise. As you squat, your knees are still over your ankles. So you're not coming to a position where you're passing your toes, You want to widen your stance if you are, or don't sink your hips as far down. Give me 2 more here. All right, hold it here, hold it low. Bring the palms facing in, and we have a hammer curl. And just pulse it low, so you're not straightening those legs at all. Your hips are not coming up high. Just a little pulse. As you extend and bend the arms, keep it going. Pulse and pulse. That's it, keep it going. Hammer curl, palms facing in. From here, your thumbs are coming in towards the same shoulder and then extending out long. Simultaneously pulsing your knees. That's it, give me 1 more. All right, release it down. Bring your feet back to hip width apart and parallel. Make sure you have plenty of space behind you. From here, we're coming back to those bicep curls. Give me a reverse lunge, right knee steps back, right knee steps in line. Give me a knee drive, tap, knee drive, tap, reverse lunge, bicep curl, knee drive, step it down, reverse lunge curl, 2 knee drives. Now if you want, you can take out that tap and go 2 knee drives, reverse lunge, draw it up, reverse lunge, draw it up. Hopefully you have plenty of room behind you without hitting the door. Draw it up, keep it going. All right, from here, you're back to hip width apart and parallel. Relax your shoulders down. All right, we're gonna step that right leg back. Come down, pulse it for 2, hold it low. Lift the left heel, lower the left heel, lift and lower. Step it together, step the right leg back, pulse it for 2, hold it low, left heel lifts and lowers, left heel lifts and lowers. If you want to grab that ledge, you can do so with your left hand, your non-working side. Step it together, step it back, pulse it down for 2, hold it low, left heel lifts and lowers, left heel lifts and lowers. Bring it back in, step it back, pulse it down, lift and lower, lift and lower. Bring it in line, step it back, pulse it out for 2. Last time on this side. All right, bring it back in line. Now we have the left side. All right, from here, to the left leg back. Give me a knee drive, 2 knee drives. Step it down, reverse lunge, pulse, step it together, 2 knee drives. Same options, you can go right from the reverse lunge to 2 knee drives. Give me that hammer curl with the reverse lunge, 2 knee drive, maybe 2 bicep curls, adding that upper body here. Keep it going. That's it. Keep your nail pulled into your spine. Keep it going. 1 more. Whoop. All right, step it back. From here, pulse it down. You got 2. Hold it low, heel lift, lower, right heel lifts and lower. Step it in line. Step it back, pulse it down for 2. Heel lift, heel lower, heel lift, heel lower. Hands at any position. Pulse it down for 2. Right heel lift and lower. A lot of calf work here. You got this. Step it together. Left foot back. Pulse it down for 2. Heel lift and lower. Heel lift and lower. If it makes you feel any better, we're coming down onto the floor next. Release, lift, release. Step it together. Step it back. Pulse it down for 2. All right. We got 1 more here. Step it back. Pulse for 2. Heel lift, heel lower, heel lift, heel lower. All right, shake it out. we are going to use these weights. So just keep them close by you. We're going to come onto the floor, onto your back. All right, from here, grab one light weight with you. From this position, laying all the way back. Grab that one weight in your hand. Draw your knees over your hips. We have a bicycle with that weight pass. So one knee is bent, the opposite leg is extending long to a hover. Bend and extend. Keep it going. Just a gentle pass, that weight under your knee, behind your thigh. And switch, and switch. Stay with it. I know it burns. You got it. Try to keep your shoulders lifted. Of course, you can lower your shoulders onto the floor. All right, hold the right knee bent. That left leg is straight, elbows are wide. Now you can release your head all the way onto the floor. That left leg lifts and lowers. Left leg is straight. Your right knee is bent. Right knee is tucked in towards your right shoulder. Left leg lift. Left leg lower. Draw your navel into your spine so much that your lower back is glued to the floor. Not a bit of air, not a bit of light, liquid, space, anything between your lower back and that mat. You've got it. Keep it going. Lift and lower. Stay with it. You've got it. 2 more. 1 more. All right, bend both of your knees, tuck your chin to your chest. Yes, we're going to do it on the other side. Extend your left leg. So you're just reversing that direction, whichever direction you started with. Just do the opposite. You're gently passing that weight under your legs. Your lower back is zipped to the floor. Keep it going. I know my hair looks absolutely crazy right now. Stay with it. And if my other clip girlies have the issues when they lay down on the floor, I've even tried the flat clips. They're not exactly flat. Go figure. Keep it going. Right knee, left knee. The opposite leg is extending long to a hover. Point your toes here. You're actively extending your legs long. All right, 2 more. On the next one, hold that left knee and right leg is long. Relax your head down, elbows are wide. From here, lift and lower that right leg. This is a nice stretch for your hamstring, for everything that we just did. Point the right toes more. Maybe hold that right leg straighter. Left knee closer in towards your shoulder without using your upper body to hold your left knee. That's it. Keep it going. Still going. Still moving. Lift and lower. Two more. Last one. All right, bend your right knee. From here, you can use weights or keep the weights off to the side. Crunch your hands towards your toes. Crunch everything into a tight ball. Extend your arms, extend your legs long to a hover. Crunch everything in. Extend long to a hover. Now, you can keep your shoulders planted into the floor if you would like. Just extend your arms and legs. Crunch everything in and extend. That is option 1. If you would like, you can hover your head, extend your arms, extend your legs, crunch everything in. Keep it going. We're still moving. You've got it. Extend and bend. Two more. All right, hold the legs extended. Release your arms by your side. Release the weights off to the side. You can have your hands under your hips, palms facing down. You can also just have your palms by your side. Zipping your legs together, point your toes. We're gonna lift the legs up and lower. Don't tap the floor, keep them hovering. And lift. Your neck is flat on the floor, so your gaze is directly up towards the ceiling. Avoid straightening your neck from side to side or hyperextending it. Lower and lift. Keep it going. That's it. Give me 3 more. Legs straighter, legs slower. We're gonna lift it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down for 10, 9, 8, 7, slow and controlled. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it back up. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep your abs engaged. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Once more. Lower down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your legs down. Extend your arms and legs long in opposite direction. Tiny arch in your lower back. All right, from here, we're gonna roll onto our tummy. We're gonna do some more core. Just boxing out your palms facing down. From here, it's going to feel like it's lower body, but I want you to actively draw your navel into your spine. So relax it at first, and then draw your navel in. So scooping your belly out away from the floor. Just placing your forehead onto the floor. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Relax your left leg. Your right toes are pointed. From here, your navel's pulling to your spine. We're going to lift and lower that right leg for 10. And 9. That's 8. Do not let your navel touch that floor. 7. Squeeze your glutes. 6. 5 more. And release. And 4. 3. Make sure you're breathing. 2. And 1 more. All right, release that right leg. Contract and then release your abs. Notice the difference when you release your abs. Maybe rock side to side. All right, set it back up for the other side. Relax that right leg. Place your forehead back onto the tops of your palms, just gazing down towards the floor to avoid straining your neck. Squeeze your left glute, straighten your left leg, and point your left toe. Now draw your navel in towards your spine. That right leg stays relaxed. We're going to lift that left leg for 10. And lower. That's 9. Hips stay pressed into the floor the entire time. 8 more. Contract your abs at first 7. That's 6. 5 more. Squeeze your glutes. 4. Last 3. 2 more. And last 1. You got this. Release your left leg. Contract your abs more. And then release. Roll side to side. Let's do a little stretch while we're on our time before we come back to some more glutes. Box out your left wrist under your left shoulder. Extend your right leg long. From here, lift your left leg high. Draw it up and over the outside of your right hip. Maybe opening up your left knee towards the floor. Maybe just holding. Roll back onto your tummy. Now we have the other side. Box out your right hand directly under your right shoulder. Extend your left leg. Extend your left arm long directly out from your shoulder. Relax your left leg. Lift your right leg up and draw it over the outer left hip. Opening up your right hip and your left shoulder. Back to your tummy. Press yourself up and come back onto your back. So your bum is on the floor, your knees are bent. We are going to do one more core before we come into our final glutes. Arms are out in front, Frankenstein arm, the palms facing in. Relax your shoulders down. We're going to roll back slow and controlled. You got 10, 9. Draw your navel in towards your spine. You're using your lower abs here. Rounding one vertebrae at a time. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Once you get there, release all the way down. Do not rush it. So if you're going slower than I counted, that's perfectly fine. Once you get there, draw your arms overhead and then draw your elbows wide behind your head. From here, draw the soles of your feet together, butterflying your knees open. We're going to crunch up, knees towards one another, elbows towards your knees, and then open. 9 more. Butterfly crunch, and open. 8, 7, and 6. That's 5. You've got 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Release down. Still with the soles of your feet together, butterflying your knees open, palms down by your hips. From here, we're going to lift the hips up and release. Lift and lower. Try to lift higher. It's 3. You got 7 more. And 6. That's 5. Keep the knees open. Last 4. 3, 2 more, last 1. All right, release your hips down, draw your knees in towards your chest. Curl yourself into a tiny ball, grabbing opposite wrists, opposite elbows, grabbing your shins, or grabbing the back side of your thighs, maybe rolling side to side. Gently plant your feet back onto the floor. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Flex your left toe to protect your left knee. From here, draw your right knee in towards your body, grabbing behind your right thigh. You can also grab your right knee and just holding on. Try to bring your shoulders back to the floor, feeling that stretch. You can keep your right leg at 90, or you can also draw that right heel in towards your glutes. Really release your bind behind your right leg. Cactus your arms, elbows are wide, bent at 90, palms facing up. From here, tap your left knee towards the floor. Keep your shoulders grounded. Come back through center. Tap your left toes down towards the floor. Shoulders stay grounded. Rise up. One more time each side. Left knee towards the floor. Rise up. Right toes to the floor. And rise. Gently release that left leg. Crossing your right ankle over your left thigh. Flex your right foot to protect your right knee. You're welcome to hold it here. If you like to deepen that stretch, tuck your left knee in towards your chest, maybe clasping beneath your left thigh. Maybe just releasing that left heel. You can also keep it bent at 90. You can release your shoulders down, drawing that left knee closer in. Opening up your right hip more. Maybe roll gently from left to right, right to left. Hold it for one more breath. Gently release the left foot down to the floor. With that connection of your right heel and your left thigh, we're going to gently tap your right knee towards the floor, cactus your arms, shoulders stay grounded, rise back up, tap your right foot towards the floor, over to the left, rise back up, tap your right knee down, over to the right, rise back up once more, right toe down to the left, coming back to center, tuck your knees back in towards your chest, rock and roll yourself a few times along your spine. Come to a seated position of your choice. Sweep your arms up high overhead. Bring your hands to heart center, cross your right arm across your body. Open and switch, left arm across. Open, draw your right elbow wide behind your head. Wiggle out your right wrist. Keep your chin lifted. Open and switch, left elbow wide. Circle out your left wrist. Release your arms down, circle out your wrist. Grabbing the outer edges of your feet, gently fold forward. Bringing the crown of your head towards your toes. Let me walk your hands back in. Fantastic work today, everyone. Thank you so very much. Again, my name's Amanda. This was Barre Sculpt. It was my pleasure. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you.